Hello, you guys, and welcome in. This is another episode of Your Girl Kilfox. We're doing a little bit of soul talk. Usually, I will dive into readings um, without the intentions of focusing on a subject area, but it has been put on my heart to speak on something that's been creeping up on me. So, we're going to talk about that and then we'll dive in deeper with the tarot deck here. All right, so as it pertains to our collective, right? I'm picking up on somebody knows, like, I'm seeing both elderly people and children. Um, these people have special abilities. They've got like the shamans or something like that. Like they can heal, they can do all this and that. They can do a bunch of different things. Something about their gifts are being exploited by other companies. Some of these companies include like paranormal activity crews, people that are psychics. I've picked up on a brother psychic who's been lying and saying that what he's using is his gifts and it's not, it's his sister's gifts. Just picking up on something like that. Something about someone here who keeps getting kicked out of their places. That's because these are places where they committed crimes and illegal activity, and so they'll have these people come in and they'll say, okay, I'll rent to you, whatever. They'll wait until you're done cleansing the place and doing, setting everything right, and then they'll kick your ass out so that somebody else can come in, read the energy, and say, oh, nothing happened here. Or if something did, they'll connect it to the energy that was there last instead of what actually happened with the actual people that were involved. Anyway, so we're going to jump into this reading. It may or may not pertain to what I just mentioned. Maybe that's just something of thought form that's supposed to be on someone's mind or something right now. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to stay open-minded. The one that got away in the reverse. Somebody's saying, like I'm hearing, what do you call those? I guess wardens of the prisons and stuff. The warden. I'm hearing a warden like brag about how no one's gotten away. It's like, go ahead. I haven't lost one yet. We've got bravery here in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone that you better fear. Universal law in the reverse. So we've got universal laws that were broken here. That's why nobody's playing with this person or people. Ghost in the reverse. So we've got people coming out who claimed on paper that they were dead, but they're not dead. They were actually just working with the government to uncover these mysteries and investigations here, which did include what an investigation, which did include. Oh, I've completely lost my train of thought. I did not expect that. Anyway, needless to say, these investigations and inspections were not expected. Which, what do you think? If you really want to test the system, you have to go in there completely unnoticed. You have to be undercover. You have to blend in. You have to act like you're nothing and no one, because otherwise, you're not going to get a real reaction out of people. Game of life in the reverse. Somebody just wanted the game of life. Congratulations. Potential wants to sit on here. So somebody's sitting out here with potential. When you can't go up against somebody who has so much potential. You really can't. They will surprise you every time. They will overcome you every time. Singing praises. Your spiritual team, whoever I'm talking to, is really out here singing praises right now about you. What you've overcome, what you're fighting, what you're up against, what you stood your ground for so far. Planting seeds here. Somebody knew that you can't win a war without planting seeds. This is the only way you win a war. Plant seeds. What are seeds? Understanding, empathy, communication, accurate communication. Truth. Even though it might hurt, it's truth. Justice for injustice. Yes. So it's agreed upon here between all levels of existence that this has to happen. This punishment of this group of people that just won't get over themselves, it's done. We gotta move on. No one has games to play here. But I hear other people are gonna have a whole lot of fun with these people. as they're taking the struggle bus. That's funny. They wanted you alone, they wanted you to suffer, they wanted you to struggle, they wanted you homeless, they wanted your kids taken away, they wanted you locked up for murder. Production in the reverse. These are not productive people. They're really useless, completely useless to the fucking system. But something about we're gonna make use of them. Someone's gonna make use of them. We've got perseverance here, but in the reverse. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of chanting from some cocky people here thinking that this warden has nothing on them. That's cute. Mystery. All it takes is one time, one bad call, and they're gonna see for themselves. It doesn't have to be a mystery. They can bring it down. No, like, why are you waiting? If you're that good, why are you waiting? Why are you not speaking on this? Why are you not saying out loud if you have the balls? You want to act like you have balls? Let's see them. Eye of Horus. That's why, because this is some type of primordial field that they're having to enter into and that they're going to be gridlocked into. Following the crowd is something like no human can recode it or decode it or encrypt it because that was the agreement we made. Like whoever, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop there. Following the crowd. So yeah, a bunch of people are here now getting locked up just because they decided to follow the crowd. They wanted to look cool. And so they had to do what their friends were doing. Because you know, when one jumps off the cliff, they all have to jump off the cliff, right? That makes sense. I'm being sarcastic for anyone who doesn't know, and I'm going to continue on. What do you have for us, stars? We've got the Two of Swords in reverse. The World in reverse. Something about they can't rewrite a script here, they can't rewrite the narrative, they can't go back and change scenes. Something about typo, like little bitty. Somebody's really mad because they mess up on some teeny tiny details here. And this is a person that's known to be highly detailed oriented to the point where nobody ever questions their work, but really truly they haven't been doing their work. And there's proof here now. Knight of Swords, something about they were pushing their work onto other people who were not getting paid or compensated properly for that amount of work, for that quality of work. But these people are being noticed now, and they're receiving their payday. We'll just put it that way. We got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Losing their independence, losing their stability, being forced into time out here, being forced into rehab, being forced into prison, being, they're they're not going willingly. They still don't. Somebody here still doesn't believe they were in the wrong for anything. Temperance is here. That's just, they definitely need some help here, some therapy to balance that out. Who else do we have here in this energy? We've got a Queen of Swords here. Something about there's an older lady here, like in her 80s, and she's saying something about she's been going along with the little games that these people have been playing because she knows when to expect her son to be in town, something like this. And her son is like the landlord or something. Ooh, hot diggity dog. I don't want to be in that room. We got the moon card here. Oh, that's just gonna hurt. These people haven't seen the light of day in such a long time. They're literally gonna vanquish as soon as the door opens. We've got the Four of Pentacles here in the reverse, and they don't have anywhere to go. They have to step through this door. They wanted to break into a portal here. But doing so was against universal law. We got the King of Cups here. They had no right, they had no business, they had no jurisdiction. There's a king here who has literally manipulated an entire empire and its surrounding empires. Damn. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Everyone's lost resources because of this person. And I'm picking up that it was because he just wanted it all for himself. He played it off really well that he cared about people's feelings, but that is definitely not what his goal was. His goal was to break free of everyone, including his wife and children. Page of Wands here. But he's not going anywhere. Y'all should have known better already. What else do we have in this energy? And just to let you guys know, we are, like I said, all the spiritual courts and everything, we're all behind. So if anybody is willing to get up here and read with us, no matter by what means, whether you do it with divination or prayer or what have you, I do encourage you to go ahead and speak your truth, speak what it is, because that's going to help us speed up this process so we can kind of, basically render these judgments and get them out of our way. The more eyes, the more awareness, the more perspectives and attention that we give to this, the faster we can all get through this. So there's that. We got the Sailor here in the reverse. Somebody was trying to get away by boat here, thinking they could get themselves overseas and that they would be okay, not understanding that the very vessel they were on was designed to contain them. You got the poet here. Something about somebody warned them. Their lover, there's a male, it's like two male lovers here, right? And this sailor, who was one of the lovers, didn't want to be open about the fact that he was in this relationship. So it was kind of like a side piece here. And they were warned not to run, and they decided to run, so they're caught here now. The air. Something about this was deserved. None of this should have happened this way. This should not, the innocence of a child should never have been taken. The sentinel in reverse. This goes beyond all. This is just something that's not like automatically rendered as judgment. This is not something anyone has to think about. This is just in our history now. The fate in the reverse. No one is escaping any of this judgment. You can't. The chiromancer. People out here trying to conjure up healing spells and shit down. They can't. They're wondering why. This is why. You know the difference between right and wrong. You made your decisions. Now you sleep in your bed. There's nothing else left to say. The priest is here in the reverse. We're not here to bless anybody. We're here to let you live. We didn't say free. That was your choice. You came in here as not free because you chose to. The waker in the reverse. Something about all of these people made the conscious decision not to wake up. They knew it was time to wake up. They knew it was their turn to take guard. They knew that these other guardians were tired, and therefore they are responsible for their deaths. The Hound is here in reverse. No one is paying for these debts except for these people who fell asleep, except for these people who refused to wake the fuck up, who took advantage and violated universal law to cover it up. The shepherd is here. Amen. All right, last but not least, I am going to tap in with our angels to see what else they have to say on this matter before we close out. I think this is a very beautiful reading. I think, even though it contains some dirty, nasty things, that we've accomplished something here to make this world a better place. We have justice in the reverse. This is no longer going to be tolerated, the injustice. Everyone's freedom is being stripped from them, whether they earned it, whether they didn't. Regardless, if you earned it and you broke universal law, it doesn't matter. If you earned it, it's not yours. We've got the Six of Swords here in the reverse. People are thinking they're going to get out early and go home. Good luck. The Tower is here. Something about if y'all had to walk half a mile in these motherfucker shoes, these chosen ones' shoes, you would die. You wouldn't make that shit. But here you are whining that you didn't. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Stealing from each other. Incest is here. Abuse is here, obviously, on all levels, all ages. enslavement, but this is done. It's over. These people have been renounced by their families, their loved ones, their friends, their associates, their partners. Everyone's released them already. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Something about there's a queen of the land, a warden of the land who is, or a queen who is a warden of the land. She revived the land, therefore she has right to rule over it. The Nine of Pentacles is here. Because she put in the work by herself, even after having lost everything. She's the one that nurtured. She's the one that put in the work. She's the one that got us all here today to be able to look and see and render this judgment. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. I appreciate you. If you do feel so led, please leave a like, share, subscribe, or comment, because all of the above lets me reach even more people with these messages. I greatly appreciate you, and until our next reading, guys, thank you. Stay cool. Bye.